The 2014 Euro 15 season will be Arsenal's 23rd season in the Premier League and 95th consecutive season in the top flight of English football. Arsenal will be participating in the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Community Shield and the UEFA Champions League. Preview. Background. There were changes with both kit manufacturers and ticket prices with Arsenal this season as it marked the inaugural season in which the kits were manufactured by German sportswear company Puma, after a 20-year association with Nike came to an end. The deal was worth an estimated £170 million over a 5-year period, in a deal that will become the most lucrative kit manufacturer deal in English football to date. Arsenal had announced the partnership with Puma will be effective from July 1, 2014. In addition, Arsenal announced an increase in their ticket prices of 3% in line with inflation, despite boasting some of the highest ticket prices of English football clubs. The changes marked only the third change to ticket prices within 9 years amid recent visual protests from away fans in home matches in the last 2 seasons, most notably perhaps against Manchester City. Pre-season. On March 27, 2013, Arsenal announced plans to play a single pre-season friendly against the New York Red Bulls of Major League Soccer in the United States, for the club's first trip to the States for 25 years. The match took place at the home ground for former gunner Thierry Henry, the Red Bull Arena, on July 26, 2014 and was the only game to be played outside of Europe for Arsenal this pre-season, subsequently marking the end of 3 successive Asia tours for the Gunners. The match ultimately ended in a 1-0 loss following a first-half close-range strike from Arsenal legend Ian Wright's son Bradley Wright Phillips. The result was the first win for an MLS side in 8 attempts against an English opposition in the summer to date. On May 2, 2014, Arsenal announced the lineup for the 2014 Emirates Cup, an annual tournament held at the Emirates Stadium. The tournament will consist of Arsenal, Spanish side Valencia, Portuguese side Benfica and Ligue 1 outfit Monaco. Arsenal will play Benfica on August 2, 2014, followed by Monaco a day later. The winners are crowned based on points accumulated and goals scored. The last friendly to be announced for Arsenal turned out to be the opening fixture of the pre-season schedule, with the non-World Cup participating squad members involved against Conference Southside Boreham Wood. The match finished 2-0 to the Gunners following second-half strikes from Christopher Olsen in the 68th minute and a penalty from striker Benik Afobe in the 86th minute in what proved to be a stern test for Arsene Wenger's side. Aside from on-field preparations for this season, on May 30, Arsenal announced that manager of 18 years, Arsene Wenger, had signed a new deal that would keep him at the club until 2017, marking his 21st year as Arsenal manager should he fulfill the full contract length. Having a Champions League entry record matched only by Real Madrid and the experience of 10 games prior to the new contract as Arsenal manager, Chairman Sir Chips Keswick, commentated on how Wenger has established Arsenal for its exciting playing style around the world, and that he has no doubt, Arsenal have an exciting future ahead of them with him leading the team. Amongst his honours are 3 league titles, 5 FA Cups and 4 charity community shields, including 2 league and cup doubles in 1998 and 2002. He was also the only Arsenal manager to win more than 1 FA Cup and take the club to a Champions League final. Transfers. On May 29, 2014, a little over 2 weeks from the end of the previous season, Cup-winning hero Angstrom Urkaz Fabiuski was said to be departing the club for Welsh club Swansea City upon the completion of his current contract, citing his need to be a first-choice keeper given the stage of his career the Pole was entering. Fabiuski left with 78 appearances and 25 clean sheets for Arsenal, as well as a winner's medal on his final appearance for the club. The 2014 FA Cup final also turned out to be the final appearance for Bakary Sagna for Arsenal, as he agreed to join Manchester City upon the completion of his contract. Sagna had an illustrious 7-year period with the club, making 284 appearances for club with the Frenchman becoming an integral part of the Arsenal defence following his transfer from Auxerre. Unfortunately, Sagna did have to respond to distaste from some club supporters over the nature of his move to a Premier League rival, citing the move on the need to boost his career as a player, as opposed to the monetary incentives claimed. Furthermore, on June 26, 2014, Arsenal announced that 11 players were to depart the club upon their contract expiration on June 30, 2014. The most notable players leaving that were not previously documented included Nicolas Bentner, who made 169 appearances during his 9-year stint at the club, scoring 47 goals, including the winner against Ipswich Town that took the Gunners to the 2011 League Cup final and the sole Arsenal goal in a 4-1 loss at the Camp Nou against Barcelona. In addition, Park Chu-young left the club having made 7 appearances in 3 years that included 2-year-long loan spells to Celta Vigo and Watford. He scored a single goal for the club in a League Cup tie against Bolton Wanderers. Emiliano Viviano and Kim Ka-Currency LSTRA paragraph M both departed the club following the expiration of their loan deals, ultimately going back to parent clubs Palermo and Spartak Moscow respectively. Lastly, Real Sociedad confirmed that Arsenal had sold their remaining contractual rights on Carlos Vela for a fee believed to be around £12 million. This enabled Real Sociedad to have full control over the player, relinquishing any ability for Arsenal to buy Vela for a predetermined fee. Amongst the 11 player departures were 4 reserve team players after they too reached the end of their current contracts. The most notable departing player was Chukwuemeka, whose development was somewhat hindered by the lack of first-team action. As a result, he joined Zortwergem on a Bosman free transfer, citing the Belgian style of play as his deciding factor. The remaining players whose contracts were not renewed included Daniel Boateng, Leander Seaman, Zach Anser and Zach Fagan, the latter 2 joining Charlton Athletic and Welling United respectively. Arsenal announced their first signing on the eve of their kit launch, with the much-anticipated Chilean forward Alexis Sanchez joining the club on a long-term contract from Barcelona for an undisclosed fee, thought to be around £30 million. It was the second largest transfer fee the club had paid for a single player at the time of the transfer and was the marquee signing fans had been calling for. With the ability to play in many positions, manager Wenger praised the added power, creativity and much quality the player would add to the squad, with Sanchez himself praising the manager, squad and fan support. A week later, the club announced the signing of French international Mathieu Debuchy from Newcastle United for an undisclosed fee thought to be around £12 million. He became a direct replacement for the departing Bakary Sagna and in turn was the second signing of the summer transfer window for Arsenal. On July 27, 2014, the club announced the signing of Colombian goalkeeper David Ospina from French club Nice for an undisclosed fee thought to be around £3.2 million. He became a replacement for the departing Angstrom Urkaz Fabiuski and was also signed to compete with Wojciech and registered trademark Snipe the number 1 spot goalkeeper. He became Arsenal's third first-team signing, bringing the total money spent above the spendings of the previous season. Shortly afterwards, the club announced their 4th summer addition of promising defender Callum Chambers from Southampton for an undisclosed fee thought to be around £11 million, rising to a potential £16 million with performance-related add-ons. Although he was brought on promise due his age of 19, he is able to play in the right-back, centre-back and defensive midfield positions, which presented Wenger a risk he was willing to take. Chambers himself said that the playing style is what attracted him to the club as well as competing with the top sides in Europe. Players, squad information. Reserve squad. As of May 23, 2014. Note: flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Transfers, transfers in, loans in, total spending, undisclosed £63.2 million, transfers out. Loans out, total incoming, undisclosed, overall transfer activity, club, coaching staff. Kit, supplier, Puma/sponsor, Fly Emirates. Kit information, Puma were now the club's new kit supplier, ending a remarkable 20-year partnership with the American sports supplier Nike. The new home strip, labeled as Forever, keeps the traditional red body with white sleeves. The strip is paired with white shorts and hooped socks, which is the most distinctive feature of the kit. The hooped socks are inspired by Herbert Chapman, who famously changed the kit in the mid-1930s. The home strip was presented by Mikel Arteta. Away. The new away strip, labelled as Victorious, is a modern interpretation of Arsenal's popular yellow and blue away colours. The sleeves and shorts are obsidian, while the body is solid yellow, paired with obsidian shorts and matching hooped socks. The sponsors are red and the kit was presented by Santi Cazorla. The third strip, labelled as Future, utilizes two tones of blue and features the most striking design of the set. The body is predominantly dark blue with turquoise sashes over the body, set off with lime green trimmings. The shorts are dark blue while the socks are turquoise. It will be worn away from home in cup competitions and Champions League. The third kit was presented by Mathieu Flamini. Keeper. The two goalkeeper strips are based on Puma's statement template, which features a unique all-over print. The primary strip is black while the change strip is lime green. Other information. Last updated, May 30, 2014, source, Arsenal F.C, competitions, overall, last updated, May 17, 2014, source, competitions, pre-season and friendlies, last updated, June 30, 2014, source, Arsenal F.C. FA Community Shield. Premier League. League table. Results summary, last updated, May 17, 2014. Source, Premier League, results by matchday, last updated, June 20, 2014. Source, Stat.com ground, A equals away. H equals home. Result, D equals draw. L equals lose. W equals win. P equals postponed. Matches. Last updated, June 18, 2014, source, Arsenal FC, note, Premier League fixtures not listed due to copyright, FA Cup. Last updated, May 23, 2014, source, Arsenal FC, League Cup. Last updated, May 23, 2014, source, Arsenal FC, UEFA Champions League. Playoff round. Last updated, May 23, 2014, source, Arsenal FC, references.